What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Muscle and Mindset Podcast. The first time since March something. And today I have you're gonna be now my co-host.
Wow.
You're gonna be
Nice.
you're gonna
Nice
be
to
my
meet you.
co-host. Chris is my head coach at Oak Island Fitness, and he's gonna be joining me in the podcast. And the episode for today, I named it I failed, but here's what I learned. And I'm going to share with you a little story, very short, because we're going to keep this segment short. We don't want to talk for more than 30 minutes.
Okay.
We could talk for 2 hours, so we got to keep it sweet and
I'm
short.
getting the details as you tell me right now.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the year, I had set the goal of doing a podcast every day, Monday through Friday for the whole year, and I failed. I failed March 8th. I said, I'm going to start over, and I did. Then I stopped. So I failed twice in less than 5 months. And to be honest with you, I've had a lot of anxiety about doing the damn podcast because I felt like I failed. And last night or yesterday, I was creating my newest schedule, which is completely bananas based on the stuff that I'm doing
Banana.
and how much I'm pushing myself. And I added in there, do a podcast. And I have two lists that I actually learned from Ty Lopez. I have my deep shit list and my ankle deep shit list. What does that mean? If there's something that needs to get done, unless I'm dead, it's on my ankle deep shit. So the podcast is on my ankle deep shit. So guys, I want to welcome you to the episode. And yeah, it's I guess there's gonna be a learning message at the end of it, I think. So how many times have you failed but you learned something?
Me?
Yeah.
I've got one gigantic
I
one.
think you might want to get closer to the mic.
Close to the mic.
Yeah, we'll have another mic tomorrow.
Yeah. So one thing about starting this, he wanted to be perfect. We've been through that conversation.
Yeah, at least we have the wall.
You have to start
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
We wanted a different setup. We wanted 2 mics, but he's been saying do a podcast several days, something several times. Finally, just do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, you didn't fill this one.
Yeah, I'm happy I did it, and I mean I was about to head out because I wanted to like kind of skip it. I wanted to skip the episode.
You've already said do it though.
Yeah, but you can't. Like if you said you're gonna do it, you have to do it.
That's what I'm saying. You
So-
can't skip out.
Yeah, I actually wrote out this yesterday. What I have here, and this experience that I had, and how sometimes the things that you do don't happen on the schedule that you want them to happen.
No, man, no.
So when I said I'm gonna do the podcast every day, I had no idea that I wasn't open a gym. Zero. And there's the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, I didn't know I wasn't open a gym. I just decided to open a gym, and boom, I opened a gym. So now I'm, killing myself because I didn't do my podcast, but I opened another business. We moved to a new house. We haven't been at our house for even 8 months yet. We have to take care of the stuff in the house. Jen has a new job. I'm doing this. I have more clients. I'm trying to provide the best service possible for my clients, right? So
You're spread pretty thin.
so there were so many things that I was doing that the podcast took a back seat, but it brought me so much anxiety because I literally felt like I failed because I wasn't doing it.
Failing is when you don't keep it up.
Yeah, but
Failing is if you never come back to it
Yeah,
ever again.
but that's how I felt.
Yeah.
It felt that way.
You gotta forgive yourself.
So what I said is still being a whiny. Hand me that sign.
Slow reveal.
No whining zone. Okay. So I said, David, stop having a pity party for yourself and just get to it. You tell your clients to do it. Why are you not doing it?
Isn't that interesting as a coach?
Yeah.
Saying do this, but not doing it.
So this
yourself?
morning,
Absolutely.
I do everything else they're supposed to do. I do my diet, I do my training, I do everything. But what if they had something that they didn't want to do because it brought them anxiety and they didn't do it? And I'm telling them to do it, but I'm in the back end not being able to be
100%.
I think that's just sorry, but I
Hypocrisy.
think that's that's a hypocrite move, and I
Yeah.
think that's bullshit. If you're a coach and you tell your clients to do something, you better be doing something that you don't want to do and follow through with it. So this morning, I got here at 3:55. Got my workout done, because I cannot. It's not okay that I will let my clients outwork me, because I know they're working hard.
I agree.
But it's just I don't think it's just it's just not an option.
I know a lot of trainers get to training and they forget to train themselves.
Yeah.
They don't have time
Yeah.
in the day to keep working out. You've got to
So
take their advice.
today, this morning, 3:55 a.m. workout, full day of work, and then we just train chest. You
What
know,
you do workout your leg day?
this
Do something
morning,
else?
I did my PT.
Okay.
So,
Don't cheat on me.
but I added a lot of cardio movements. Like I did some med ball slams and like some lateral movements and stuff like that. They just felt good. But yeah, the thought in my head, I woke up. I hate to listen to the alarm. So this morning I woke up at 3:34 because my alarm was set at 3:35 and I just cannot listen to it. So we go at 3:35, get here, and on the whole, I'm doing my prayer, doing some affirmations, and when I walk through the door, my first thought is, I know for a fact that nobody that I coach will outwork me.
I do that.
I'm competitive and I like to compete with my clients because I want them to try to beat me.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me feel like I wasn't a failure anymore.
You're not a failure. That's perspective.
Yeah.
It's
So
you got so much stuff going on in your life. You got to be on top of it. But if you can't, you got to make sure that you have time, at least the
Yeah.
next day.
yeah.
You're not a failure. But I always say you can hit pause, don't hit stop. I work with that.
Yeah. So see, my wife is asking me, do you want to eat pizza? No, I can't. I'm not eating pizza. I'm going to eat a salad and chicken. So what experience do you have that you feel like you failed?
Me?
Yeah.
See, I'm in that like learning phase where I've got a big failure story. If we want to talk about it now, we can.
Yeah.
But at the time, I felt like a failure. But since then, I've kept it up, figured it all out. I do not feel like one. So I can go back and say little things like I didn't try in high school. I didn't care. I did not care. I was on the soccer team there. I didn't care. I just wasn't invested.
I saw you kicking the ball. You were not a good soccer
I'm
player.
not. They used to call me Toe Magic.
Oh my god.
That was my nickname. Toe Magic.
I saw Chris. I just bought a ball a couple of days ago, and I remember him saying that he was in the soccer team, and I
Really
saw him
good.
hit it, and I saw him hitting the ball, and I was like, "Oh my
You
god!"
said you're not a soccer player. You said you're not a soccer player.
That was great, dude.
I didn't care, but I wasn't invested in anything. Nothing
Yeah.
spurred my interest to care. So I was one of those like not lost, but just like yeah. So I wish I could go back and do better, but
Yeah, but if
It's
you
a
did, you
minor
wouldn't be where
thing.
you are.
no, it's a minor
You
thing.
know.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that everything else pales in comparison to my biggest failure. But we all have those things of just like I didn't keep up the diet plan, or I didn't keep my word, or you want to go into relationships? That's a
No, we can do that in another
You know,
episode.
There's all those. We all have those.
Yeah.
Put in perspective and mindset to not do those again, or change your mind about it next time.
And the thing is, like,
So do you actually fail if you keep going? That's all.
well, it comes down to you need to fail in order to succeed.
Right.
Like you must.
Yep.
Right? Because if you don't, how are you going to learn? Right?
Yeah.
So I say that I failed, but that failure only allowed me to be better.
Right.
Right? So my dad always said, you never lose, you always win. Because every time you're learning and you're adding more knowledge to your, mental encyclopedia,
Mm-hmm.
you're only getting better.
Right.
So there's no such a thing as failure, but quitting is it's what we don't like.
Right.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Your voice is going to be heard in the podcast
Worldwide.
worldwide. Okay, be quiet.
I'll tell my biggest quitting story.
Yeah.
So 2001, I was on a reality show called Tough Enough. MTV and WWE did that. I was lucky enough to get picked to be on that show. It was the biggest mental challenge I have ever been through my entire life. They try to make you quit. It's called Tough Enough. So, of course, it's tough. So, the calisthenics, like 500 squats a day, push-ups, kip-ups, squat thrust, like they did everything before you get in the ring, everything to blow you up. Then you get in the ring. And then just being intimidated by working with the guys I saw on TV at the time. If anybody's a wrestling fan, which I know it's a small niche, Al Snow, Taz were the coaches. It was kind of bad cop, good cop. Al Snow was like the dad figure. Taz was trying to kill you. He said one time, "You've been doing this for a couple weeks. If you make a mistake, I'll make you shit your pants." So I was like, when Taz, he only showed up on Thursdays. When he showed up, I lost all control of my ability to function. I was like, show me a hammerlock, show me this. I'm like, I don't know what that means. It just terrified me. I had never been pushed that level in my life.
Yeah.
So it was such a jump from going from just like basic struggles we go through to here's a dream I told everybody I wanted to do. And it's on television, and it's with WWE, and it's in front of not your peers, but the people you look up to.
Yeah.
I quit, and that was embarrassing. The way it worked was they would cut you if you weren't performing well. Everyone was getting cut till they were down to their final 5, and I knew I was going to get cut next. I just knew it because I was just messing up. My nerves got to me. My confidence was shot. I was making mistakes left and right. Everybody's judging you. It's competition. So I was like, I quit. I decided, you can't fire me. I quit. And I thought that was the best decision.
Do you think you could have made it?
I would have got cut. I was at 24 years old.
No, just imagine, like, if your brain, if you weren't playing tricks in your own mind physically, do you think that you could have made it?
I was doing it physically. I did everything they wanted. The techniques, I wasn't getting fast enough. And it was one of those quick things. You got to be the fastest and the best for that time frame.
Yeah.
Wrestling school isn't like this. This was getting shot to the moon when most of the time you have all the time you need.
Yeah.
So with the mindset I have now, yes, I even applied to go. It's like they have the show go on forever.
Yeah.
I even put my my audition tape back in just to see because it's a unique story.
Yeah.
Because I know I could do it. But anyway, I quit, and everybody's like, "Why? This is what you wanted to do." I'm like, I had to get out of the fire. I was hanging on the tiniest thread. I had no friendships really because of the competition. So there was friendship, but it was kind of cutthroat. But I wanted safety. That's what I wanted, safety. So I got away. Now, so long story short, for 10 years I beat myself up over that. So I was like, I'm a failure. I'm a quitter. What was one thing that the producer told me? Well, one of the producers said when they knew I wanted to leave, they said, like on the day, I guess I was going to go hang it up. They said, whatever you do today, you'll be that your entire life. So I was like, yeah, I need some more pressure. Thank you. And I was like, jeez, man. And that was tough. I'm feeling emotional thinking about this. But I just wanted to get out of the fire. But I had to go cool off, think about it. And everybody's like, I thought you wanted it. Why'd you quit? And I just had to get away. But I thought about it. It's like, I'm not going to be a quitter. I said, I want to get back into this. What do I need to do? And long story short, I had to try it with their developmental territory in Louisville, Kentucky, OVW, and was there for a year. So I did make up for my own failure by trying. And even today, at my age, I still go train, and I'll have some matches here and there. So I can go look back over this as a life story and say I never quit. I failed then, but I kept it up by still keeping involved.
Yeah, it taught you how to move forward.
Yeah, exactly. Did I get the contract or the TV show or be on the TV show or get the toy, be in the video game?
Yeah.
No, but I still wanted to learn wrestling as a craft because I think it's such an amazing thing. I would call it a sport, but some people argue that. But it's just a wonderful thing if you get it. It takes a smart person, an athletic person, a creative person, and not everybody can do it. And it's freaking tough. So I went back. I still did it, but I just failed at that moment. But man, did it teach me. And here's what it taught me. It has given me like a platform to help other people because I don't want to see somebody else say this is too hard.
Yeah.
This is why I'm wearing this coach shirt. It's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I want to see other people succeed. I've told this before. I don't know if I've told you. A lot of people want to get to the top of the mountain. I see myself from that experience saying, I've been on the mountain. Let me reach down and grab you to pull you up on the mountain. Now you go. That is what that experience brought me. I'm getting chills.
That's a really cool way to just like share that.
So that failure became this huge success, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's my thing.
Man, I'm emotional now.
Come on. Still.
So again, we started the conversation with at the end of the podcast. I couldn't record the podcast, and I felt like a failure. I felt that way.
Yeah.
To your story, to now seeing how much your life experiences teach you about life, even though that part of your life hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Like you can build a schedule, you can build a plan, but that plan won't always play out in the timeline or the time frame that you want it to be set out for.
Man, that is so true. Like you've got your own stories like that. Everybody's got a story like that.
Like I'm not supposed to be here. I mean, I'm based on my plan. I'm based on what I wanted to do. I'll be playing, maybe in Spain or Germany or something. I signed as a professional soccer player very early on, and I got injured. No plan anymore. So what had my plan when shit done?
Our paths should have never crossed.
Exactly.
If they went the way we wanted to.
Exactly. Now we're able to share the story that hopefully will inspire somebody to simply try again. Doing the talk. I asked somebody, what happens if you don't lose 10 pounds in the first 10 days? Most people quit.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you don't lose 10 more pounds 20 days later? They quit. What happens if you still haven't lost 5 pounds 40 days later? They quit. But they don't realize that only 40 days have gone by. And the 10 pounds that they're trying to lose actually took them 6 months to gain.
Right.
So failure is awesome. Failure is great. Because you don't fail as long as you keep getting up.
That's it. I'm 45, and I'll still throw myself at a wrestling ring. And you're not supposed to do that. And I mean, that's my big thing I always go to. I could have said no more, but then it's that what if. And I hope you get a what if moment to think, do I really want to stop here?
Yeah.
I hope you find something that pushes you to get up and say, no, I'm not done with this.
Yeah.
I hope you wrestle with it.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
I hope you do.
Yeah. Awesome. Dude, I think it's a good message.
Yeah.
Short, sweet, 18 minutes. First podcast. Guys, this is ongoing Monday through Friday.
We've peaked.
Okay? So thank you for becoming my co-host, dude.
All right.
It's official.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, peace out. Thank you for tuning in. And you shared this episode. If you had value from it with it, peace out. Bye.